Hello everybody, welcome on in. I'm Orion. We are back with some more, yet another zombie survivors. Today we are going to be running a solo run, and we're going to be using the Ghost today. We're going to run mainly sort of a hybrid between weapon and ability, but obviously we're going to focus on, this time we're going to switch over to 1000 cuts versus wind cutter. We've been using wind cutter a lot, and I think 1000 cuts should be a pretty good weapon for a solo run because it has a slightly bit better area attack. We're going to run endless, and the other ability that we're going to focus on a lot is obviously the kunais and doing the chemical kunais, the cyanide. It's one of the better abilities I found in this game in terms of like raw DPS. So it should be pretty good. So we're going to kind of do a hybrid between those. We're going to run critical chance. We're going to run slashing damage and tag type. We're going to run the extra 500 health points and 50 armor because I don't want to get one shot too early. And then we're going to run the extra damage. We will run difficulty 2 today. I think we're now strong enough in our meta progression to where I can run difficulty 2 now pretty comfortably. So from now on, I don't think we'll be doing any more difficulty 1 runs. So again, we're going to focus mainly on the weapon and the kunais. Those are going to be our 2 main things. We'll probably try to get a lot of ability cooldown reduction versus duration, because almost all these abilities are going to benefit more from cooldown reduction. And then in terms of weapons, we'll do pretty high on crit stuff like crit damage, crit chance, just anything. Cooldown reduction, those are going to be really important for us. And then we'll pick up some bleed items because we're pretty much going to be a full on slashing build here. Kunais got moved over to slashing. They used to be kinetic, so I don't even think he has any kinetic abilities anymore. I think everything is slashing. And we should be able to max everything out relatively quick here because we're only going to run 1 character, and then we'll get right into the minor level up stuff where we'll really be able to pick and choose how we want to play this character and get everything going for him. Okay, we'll do Katana Splash. Hollow Ghost and Pulsar are going to be the last things we put points into. Okay, let's go Kunai. Ghost is probably one of the stronger DPS characters, especially, I'm thinking especially probably pretty good for a solo run because I think they have a good array of abilities here. They have a strong weapon, they have a really strong ability, and I think that's really important to have both. So you have the kunai attacks, which is again one of the better DPS abilities in the game. And then I don't know how good 1000 cuts is now, but wind cutter's really good. But I guess a run like this is going to show us where 1000 cuts stands. But then the other 2 abilities, they're good utilities, I guess. Pulsar will get us some knockback, and then Hollow Ghost will get us some taunting, some distractions from the enemies. So he seems to have a pretty good kit right now. Okay, so we're going to do 1000 cuts. We'll do 1000 cuts again. So then for our items, we'll probably take, you know, the obvious ones. We'll take the crit damage ones for both ability and weapon. And we'll probably try to get a few of the bleeding tag ones. Okay, so let's do ability area. I think if I can banish this, I want this to just stay away from forever. I don't want ability area at all. I don't know if that works though. Okay, so for these ones, let's see. We'll take the bloody axe. Bleeding lasts twice as long, so we're a full bleed build here. Everything's gonna be bleeding. We'll pick up a little bit of electric, and that's probably it. But as of now, we're gonna have a 32% chance to apply bleed. Bleed, enemies receive 10 to 5 to 2% damage based on enemy type of its max HP every second for 10 seconds. And then since we have over 10, each bleeding tick has a 21% chance to proc open wound, which will now deal 5 times more damage per tick. So that's incredibly strong. If you can get the open wound, they're gonna take a ton of damage. It was broken before. it did get nerfed, but it was incredibly powerful before. Way too powerful. So, all right, let's go shurikens here. The shuriken ability definitely needs a little bit of a rework here, though. The evolutions for it aren't very good. And I think the single one where it's supposed to bounce off enemies, I think it's broken, as in it doesn't work at all. You'll see at the run. I'm gonna do the boomerang one because that one I'm at least confident in some respects that it works, but it's just not a very good ability. So we're gonna do kunai dance cyanide. Chemicals are now thrown twice and deal additional chemical damage. The fact that it's thrown twice is probably what makes it incredibly strong. So he's gonna throw 2 sets each time, and it almost feels continuous because the cooldown starts the second we throw it, so it almost feels like it's non-stop. Okay, let's do shuriken. Shuriken. Okay, no character here, so another liberate. Let's do shuriken. Okay, so we're gonna do boomerang. Boomerangs now act like boomerangs. So this one's supposed to jump to 15 enemies. Sometimes it feels like it doesn't do that at all. Sometimes you'll just see the shuriken just standing out there, not doing anything. Okay, let's do weapon critical damage. I think part of the problem with the shurikens is I think it needs a much lower cooldown, especially compared to the kunais. Just how much we're throwing out the kunais compared to the shurikens. They seem to have a really small range too. Okay, I'm gonna do that weapon critical damage. So it just seems half the time they're gonna go out there and they're just not gonna hit anything because our other things are doing most of the killing. Okay, we could do the bleeding again. So we basically got our double bleed items, which is pretty good. Let's do that. Stuff like that will be good. So bleeding status bleeding status ticks twice as fast and lasts twice as long now, so we should be getting a lot we should be doing a lot of bleeding damage here, and that'll be good because one, we're a solo character, you know. We're not going to be killing enemies as fast as if we had 2 or 3, so getting that extra bleed damage will be probably pretty good, especially for the bosses. You know, these really high HP enemies. Okay, I'm just gonna max out the abilities here. We're not gonna have any heals. Not gonna get any sort of life steal, none of that good stuff, so we're gonna basically relies solely on our DPS. Because at some point we're gonna get hit for at least 1500 by regular zombies or maybe these elite guys, and then we're just gonna die and it's over. I thought about running dodge chance and things like that, but I just really wanted to go more into the DPS aspect of it. That's why I took the crit chance and then the extra damage. Okay, ability duration isn't really that good for us. I don't even know if anything has outside of this. I don't even know if this really has. I don't think anything of these really run on duration. So I'm just gonna do, let's do weapon crit chance. Okay, so that only gave me 3%. So diminishing returns are a big thing in this game. Let's do the laser. I'm not, so this game they changed it. Before there used to be caps on everything. You know, you could only, well, a long time ago there were no caps. There were no caps, and you could get, we did some insane builds where we could get weapon cooldown reduction to basically 0, and you ran this shotgun build with a tank, and his shotgun basically turned into a machine gun. It was incredibly powerful. It was really awesome. But they changed that, and so then they added limits to the game. So like weapon reduction, you can only get to maybe 80% or something like that. But then they changed it back now, so now there are no limits. You can go back to maxing everything out. But now we're gonna do this crit one. When a crit against an enemy is full health, it's half times higher. But now you can no caps, so you can get everything to where you want it. You can get everything to 100% or whatever, but there's diminishing returns. And so the biggest thing I think they need to update here is they need to show you what the diminishing returns are, because you're not sure how much you're gonna get and when the diminishing returns start happening, unless you happen to have all that memorized. But they do need to show you, if I pick 5% critical chance, how much am I actually going to get from that for each character? So they'll have to figure out a way to put that into the UI. Because if one character is only going to get 1% crit chance for diminishing returns, but another character is going to get the full 5%, you might want to put it on the character that's going to get the full 5%, you know? Stuff like that's really important to know if you want to. I'm not against the diminishing returns. I guess it's a fair balance. I still think it's going to be nearly impossible to get things to where they were, though, with how much diminishing returns there are. But I'm not against it. I'm not against the diminishing returns. I think that's a fair compromise, I guess. Okay, we're going to do unstoppable, where we push the enemies back. Okay, so let's do weapon damage. I don't care about getting the fire on this guy because, one, my two main damage dealers here are gonna be the cyanide kunais and my weapon. Everything else is gonna be not even. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna do the crit chance, so we're at 39. So that gave me like 3%. Okay, we can do weapon crit chance. No, let's do ability crit chance. So again, this is a hybrid build. Let's work on getting both of these strong. Because my guess is the damage will be pretty even between the kunais and the 1,000 cuts. Okay, we're gonna do I guess we'll do the military training again. I say it every time this one shows up. I'm a big fan of this one. Because that's really gonna let us buff up the ghost even more. Okay, we'll do weapon cooldown reduction. So I guess the goal here for a solo run too is to survive about 20 minutes. That's technically considered a win in this game. And we are running solo on the higher difficulty 2 this time. Okay, liberate again. Okay, ability crit damage, weapon damage. Let's do ability crit chance. I would like to get both of those up to about 50, I think. Okay, duration. I'm gonna banish duration. Did we already banish duration? What did I ban? Oh, we banished area. Let's banish. You're not gonna let me banish that? Banish duration. You're not gonna let me banish that. Okay. Try one more time. Banish duration. Okay, it's not letting me banish it, so I guess we're stuck with it. Okay, we'll go with weapon critical damage. Okay, we'll do ability cooldown reduction. Cooldown reduction is the one we want over duration. Okay, so now we're gonna get rare every time, which is gonna be freaking amazing. Let's do the 10%, because like I said, I want to get this to, so that give me about 6. I want to get both of these up to 50% at least. Especially with our crab, since we have the crab right here. When a damage dealt against a full health enemy is a critical hit, the final damage is half times higher. So for right now, I think it's a little bit more important to get the critical chance. Okay, we can do ability cooldown reduction for those ones. Okay, let's do XP modifier and movement speed for one character. That's pretty awesome. Let's try that. The movement speed should be pretty nice too. It doesn't seem to make that much of a difference, but the XP modifier should be pretty nice. And plus, it gives us a chance to run some new items. We always run the same items. Not all the exact same, but pretty similar. I think that might be the problem with their new system here. Okay, let's go with ability cooldown reduction. So their new system now, you know how you can only have 6 items. That might be an issue because you're probably just gonna pick the 6 best items all the time, other than maybe a couple different ones here and there based on what your build is. But there's some items that are just good for every single build. Like these crit ones. These crit ones are good for almost everything you're doing. Well, we're definitely not in... we're definitely not doing enough DPS to kill these characters, to kill these enemies super quick now. Okay, let's do ability crit chance. About 40%. Okay, let's do ability crit chance. Okay. This one will do abilities now on full health enemies are always critical. So that'll make our... let's do the ability cooldown reduction there. That'll make our kunais basically always critting on full health enemies. Liberate that. Let's do ability crit chance again. 42.1% chance now. Okay, let's do more ability cooldown reduction. I mean, the more I can get these hollow ghosts out going too, the better. Okay, let's do cooldown reduction. Crit damage. Okay, let's do ability crit chance. Okay, let's see. Is there anything I actually want to replace here? This one is okay. The cooldown reduction is awesome. The attack speed, not so much. This is pretty good. I guess I could maybe... I really like this XP modifier though. But I could see us wanting more damage. But I think this actually provides us a lot of damage because we're going to get all these upgrades for ability damage and everything because of it. So I think we'll skip these actually. Okay, let's do weapon cooldown reduction. Let's do weapon crit damage. So we can start stacking crit damage a little bit more too, because the more crit damage we do, the more that crab is going to go into effect for halftime higher. So the more we'll do, and the more crit damage we do, the more that will do. So we're almost at 20 minutes. I think we're gonna make it. Let's do weapon crit damage, 320% now. Okay, let's do ability cooldown reduction, 53%. I wouldn't mind getting Sugar Rush. Killing the boss gives us a killing spree every time. I think that would be pretty good for this character. Okay, let's do ability damage. Dang, I didn't even see what hit me there. Alright, let's re-roll these. Let's banish that one. Re-roll again. Okay, so this one I think we'll take. And maybe I get rid of one of these bleeding ones. So weapon attacks on full health enemies are always critical. I think we maybe replace... But this one gives me 4 slashing. I really want to keep this one. This one still seems really good for the XP modifier and movement speed. And I know it doesn't give me that straight up damage, but I think I think the XP modifier getting me all those minor level ups really does help get me more damage and things like that, more crit chance and everything. This one's really good though, but what would I replace? It would be one of these ones. Ticks twice as fast or stays twice as long. I think we'll just go with the ticks twice as fast. So I think I'd rather have it be going twice as fast in order to proc open wound more. And last twice as long, maybe I can just keep the stack on it anyways, since I'm doing basically slashing damage all the time. Okay, let's go cooldown reduction again. Okay, wow, ability duration, man. Legendary. I really just don't think anything here has duration on it. Like, even this I don't think is that good to get duration on, because they kind of explode when the time's out. I don't think anything here has duration on it. I just don't think that's I don't think that's I don't think that's useful at all on this character. Okay, let's go ability crit damage. I wonder if getting the military training, the item we have where it's always a rare, I wonder if that increases its chance for a legendary or not. Because I wonder what the legendary is based off. Because some games, you know, it's like, you know, in Death Must Die, legendaries show up more often if you have a higher, like, master percentage, because they can only show up on master upgrades. So I'm curious to see how that works with this. I doubt it. It probably has its own set percentage. Okay, let's do the weapon damage. But see, this is why I want to keep this XP stuff, because again, I'm just getting... Basically, I'm getting 20% more. Since I'm getting 20% more XP, we're just going to level up quicker and we're going to get all these bonuses a lot more efficiently. So I think it is useful. Okay, liberate. Let's do weapon cooldown reduction. Yikes. See, I can't take I can't take 2 hits really. We did survive 20 minutes though, so we're technically we won. The goal is to survive 20 minutes. We did it. We're not gonna take these. Let's re-roll. Solar panel. Solar panel is good, but this one is definitely a better item if you have a full party. Because since every ability for me only counts as 4 abilities. I mean, still good, but that's definitely more of a you have a full party type of item. I think we'll stick with our other ones we have here. Let's go with ability crit damage. Alright, let's go with weapon cooldown reduction. We'll go with reduction. So we're starting to get a lot of diminishing returns on that cooldown reduction, so that might not be as favorable anymore over something like crit damage. Yeah, basically I'm a 2-hit kind of game now. I get hit twice and I'm dead. So I need to get health here. Okay, let's go with ability crit damage. Damage-wise, we are pretty good. I think we definitely hit a small turning point to where we're doing slightly better than we were, maybe. I don't know. There was a point in the game, maybe like 8 minutes ago into the game, where I felt like we weren't really that strong. I feel a little stronger now, but not confidently strong. We're still at, I can make a mistake super easily and then I'm dead. Because again, I'm at 2 hits and I'm dead. 2 hits and it's game over. Okay, let's re-roll these. Okay, let's skip these. All right, let's do just a little bit more cooldown reduction. I really like how this let's do ability crit damage. That's a nice one right there. I'm really liking the hollow ghost right now. It's definitely doing a decent job keeping these enemies off of me, and it kind of gives me, it sort of gives me an escape too. Because I can kind of just, oh shit, I can kind of just run between them. Okay, let's do crit chance. Like, see, it gives me that gap that I can just kind of break through. Let's get this magnet. All right, let's do ability crit chance at 45 now. This is getting so hard right now trying to navigate through these guys. This is a good pace though. This is a good difficulty, you know? It feels challenging. I don't feel overpowered. I'm definitely at, if I get hit twice, I'm dead. So there's a lot of stakes in this. Okay, let's banish the frost one. Skip these. Because this is when the game's this is when the game feels really good, when it's just this high stakes. I can barely even look at the corner, at the edges of the map to try to see where things are, because I feel if I take my eyes off the screen for a second, I'm gonna get hit. Okay, let's go with, do a little bit more chance there. Oh, there's a military training I want to try to get. See, so it opens up a nice little gap right there that I can just run through. All right, let's do... Okay, let's do... These are good ones. Let's go ability damage. That ability damage looks a little low, so let's get that going a little higher. Oh, crap. Ooh, no. No! 27 minutes. Not bad. Dang. Oh, that was a good run, though. So, yeah, as I thought, Kunai and Thousand Cuts were by far the most damage here. Shuriken actually didn't do too bad. Hollow Ghost did better than I thought. Pulsar does almost no damage. Yeah, the Shurikens did pretty good, probably because we were the only character. There wasn't any other characters to steal some of the DPS, so that's not horrible. Thousand Cuts, pretty good, but yeah, Kunai is the king of DPS right now in terms for this Ghost right now. Definitely one of the best abilities in the game in terms of pure damage. It's so good. Such a good ability. That was a good run, though. 27 minutes isn't bad for a solo character on difficulty 2. So I'll take it. And yeah, we were pretty much a full slashing build. We had crit items here on both our weapon and abilities. We had the extra crit damage, the extra XP and movement speed. Bleeding goes a little faster, and then we had the military training as rare quality or better. This is definitely becoming one of my favorite items here. It's really good. I really do. I was really sitting on this item for a while, and then once I pick it up, just getting basically doubling whatever your normal military training is every time is so good. Because there's not a lot of ways to build up ability duration, ability cooldown, and so getting the extra military training to do that is pretty incredible. But there we go. That's it. That's our solo run for the Ghost. We'll probably do other solo runs too. Let me know what characters you want to see. I'll eventually do them all, probably just on this new the new patch, and see how they work. So thank you so much for watching. As always, if you like these videos, please like, subscribe, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.